Hey guys, thank you for coming back and joining me. We are on part 2 of our Eating Healthy for Beginners series, and today I'm talking about breakfast. It's the meal that starts our day out on a positive note or a negative note, and so many of us skip breakfast because we're just too busy. So I wanted to talk to you guys about some easier ways to continue to eat breakfast, but not waste a whole bunch of time. So as you all know, probably, especially if you have kids, but even not, if you're just a working person in general, mornings are busy no matter what time you get up. There's a million things to get done before you rush out the door, and the first thing to go usually is breakfast. And we all know, we've all heard it in the past, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You know, that's an opinion, I guess. They're all important. But it does get you started on the way you're going to eat for the whole day. If you eat crap for breakfast, you're probably going to eat crap all day long because your body is going to need the carbs to give you energy because you didn't fuel your body the right way. So what I want to talk about real quickly today, I don't want to make this long because it doesn't have to be hard. We want our kids to not eat Pop-Tarts for breakfast. I know we've probably all given our kids Pop-Tarts for breakfast, but we all know that they're really not that great. We're not setting them up for being able to study during the day and being able to pay attention. So Steve and I have found our own recipes that we found that freeze really well, that our kids love. And guys, we have some picky kids in our house. So our top favorite, most favorite breakfast that we make, that we either cook a batch of and just leave in the fridge to reheat in the mornings before school, or if you want to be an all-star and make a whole bunch and freeze them, they also reheat well after you've frozen them. But our top favorite is chocolate chip pancakes. I know, you're probably sitting there going, pancakes really aren't that good, Lorraine. And you're right, they're not always filled with good things, but what Steve and I discovered we could do is take a recipe that we found online for fluffy pancakes, because Steve has to have fluffy pancakes. And first of all, if you add chocolate to it, any kid's going to like it. Second of all, we found that we can add protein powder and take out some of the flour, and then we're giving our kids a protein-packed chocolate chip pancake for breakfast. They think they're eating a treat, kind of tastes like a chocolate chip cookie, but they're being filled with protein without having to eat eggs or bacon or sausage or anything like that in the morning. And on my blog later, I'm going to be posting the recipe for that. But you just pick a protein powder. Our favorite is the Quest Multi-Purpose. There's no flavor to it. It's great for cooking. It cooks basically the same as flour. It just tends to be our favorite. But if you have a favorite, you can use that as well. Another one that Raylan actually was just asking about yesterday was our Spinach Muffins. They are bright green. The kids think it's fun. Great way to introduce it is St. Patrick's Day, but that's past for this video. But we love them, and guess what? We add chocolate chips. My family loves chocolate, guys. Don't judge us, okay? And again, if I tell them it's spinach, they're not going to eat them. If I go, look at this green muffin with some chocolate chips in it, they're willing to eat it. Freeze well. If they don't eat it for breakfast, I shove a frozen one in her lunchbox, and by the time she eats it for lunch, it is thawed. But it's a spinach muffin. It's great. It's healthy. There's not a whole lot of sugar in it, and the kids like it. Another one, waffles. And I'm not talking Eggo waffles. Yes, my kids ate Eggo waffles for breakfast because we didn't have any of these wonderful things made. We need to do some prep work. But you can make protein waffles. You can add protein powder just like you would to the pancakes, and then all of a sudden they're getting protein with the waffles that they already love. And guys, we top these amazing breakfasts off with pure maple syrup. Now, I'm sorry that I can't help you with that, but my family makes it, and it's phenomenal, and that's where I get mine from. I know it can be expensive, but if you've never had pure maple syrup, you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. But, you know, we try not to give them sugar, the artificial sugar in the syrups anymore. We strictly use pure maple syrup, and I suggest you try it. Also, check out your local farmer's market if you don't have any or don't want to look in the store. A lot of times you can find it there. I was also going to say that if you don't want to give your kids chocolate chips, or they don't like chocolate for whatever reason, you can always add in frozen blueberries or strawberries or whatever fruit you want. You don't have to use chocolate chips. And you don't have to use syrup if you don't want. You can always eat them on the go in the car. One suggestion I have for the waffles and the pancakes is if you heat them up in the microwave, throw them in your toaster for just a few seconds to crisp crisp them up, and they taste amazing even for yourself. Now, let's move on from things that you can do for the kids. There's a ton of other things, and I can give you a lot of ideas. If you need more ideas, please just message me. But let's talk about adults, because we also know that it's hard to feed our kids, and we will feed our kids, but then we neglect ourselves, and we don't want to do that either. So there's some things that Steve and I have really found. I'm not going to lie, Steve and I kind of tend to go towards the same thing just because it's a routine, it's simple, and you can vary it different ways and still eat the same thing. Eggs. Eggs are our go-to. Anyway, you can eat regular eggs. You can eat egg whites. It doesn't matter. You can make these either way. Steve and I like to make omelets. Now, we use 1 egg and 1 piece of natural turkey sausage. We cook it up in a little pan, 2 eggs, 2 sausages, and then split it down the middle, stick it in a tortilla, and out the door we go with a healthy breakfast in our car. Another thing, you could just make omelets. You could throw vegetables in. You could throw bacon, turkey bacon in. You could throw whatever you want. You could throw sweet potatoes in if that's what you like. Whatever you want. Fill your omelets with whatever vegetables and protein that you like, and you can freeze them. You can freeze them and reheat them. Another option, if you don't really want an omelet or you want just a different variation of it, is to do egg muffins. You make your scrambled eggs, you throw in your ingredients, and then you stick them in a muffin tin, and you bake them, and then you can freeze those, put them in your fridge if you want, and just grab one, heat it up, and go and eat it in the car if you want, or on your way out the door. Another one, if you're looking for a carb to add with it, is get steel-cut oats or oatmeal. And you guys can batch make this. I promise you that it really doesn't affect the taste, maybe the texture a little bit, but make enough for half the week or a week. Cook it up, put it in the fridge. You could even pre-portion it, and then you wouldn't have to worry about that. And then just heat it and eat it up. I also sweeten mine with, once again, pure maple syrup if I want any kind of sweetener in it. You could throw fruit in there. And my last suggestion is make a smoothie of some sort. I did this when I first started. I would measure out all of my ingredients, so, my fruits that I wanted, my spinach, and I would put them in a plastic bag. So in the morning, I didn't have to worry about measuring. I just grabbed the bag, threw it in there, put my liquid in, blended it up, and out the door I went. And you can add different things like chia seed, flaxseed, protein powder, whatever you need to do to make it. But breakfasts don't have to be difficult. They can be easy, they can be fast, and they can be healthy. So if you want to know more or get some of these recipes, check back later on my blog. I'm going to be posting some of these online, or at least links to where I found them. So it'll all be in one spot for you. But once again, guys, thank you for joining me. I hope that some of these tips help you. I'm more than happy to talk to you about different ideas for breakfast and how you can make sure that you're getting a healthy breakfast, but not rushing around even more in the morning to make it work. So, like I said, check back later for the blog, and you will have some of these recipes and a list of other things that you can make for breakfast. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.